All along this leeward coast of Rota are these rugged cliff lines with amazing views. It goes on like this for miles. All you can see is rock, ocean and sky. I'm completely absorbed by the sound of the wind and churning waves. I could sit here for hours. Further down the road, we just had to stop and take a look at this gorgeous plantation with gardens of colourful flowers and rows of fruit trees. We headed deeper into the jungle where we followed a stream to a grove of giant trees. How big is this banyan tree? We came out of the jungle to an overlook of this spectacular stretch of untouched coastline. Back in the van, we're off to our next stop. This is Rota's natural bird sanctuary. It is totally isolated between the cliff line and water. This is home to thousands of birds in a completely protected environment. As you walk down the path, it takes you into the center of their natural habitat where you can observe without disturbing them. We came across a small hut with a bunch of giant crabs just hanging around.
These are the coconut crab we caught this morning.
They catch them by cutting a slot in a coconut and tying it to a tree. Before sunrise, they carefully approach and grab them with their bare hands. These guys really know what they're doing. In fact, they'll take your finger clean off if not handled properly. Even the dog's a little weary. They cook them by throwing them in a pot, adding several ingredients, especially shredded coconut, and then simmer until ready to eat. Heading back towards the hotel, we stopped in at Tugger Stone Quarry. Over 2,000 years ago, this is the place where they quarried the ancient laddie stones. I'm standing on top of a cap. Behind me is the column that the cap sits on. These laddie stones are the largest ones, made only for the king's dwelling. I'm not at all sure if I should be doing this, but here's a little game I invented called the Laddie Hop. It's been a long day touring the island. Now it's time for some relaxation. The nature spa is set back in its own little hideaway. After a session with warm, healing hands, a leisurely stroll back to my room for a good night's sleep. The next morning, it was time to hit the links. These 18 holes overlook the ocean at every turn. The fairways and greens are lush and definitely challenging.
Will he make it? You the man!
The restaurant uses only fresh, organically grown fruits and vegetables from its own garden. Calamansi. I ordered the Korean barbecue for lunch and it was great, especially the shredded papaya salad. Afterwards, we took the nature trail down through the jungle to a natural, crystal clear swimming hole. This is a wonderful end to my short visit on the gorgeous island of Rota. We cast off for our next destination, the island of Saipan, which is about 80 nautical miles further north. The first leg was an adrenaline rush and very intense. Now it's time for some more relaxed sailing. The captain suggested we have a bit of fun. The seat harness was rigged up, I climbed in and launched myself off the deck. Plowing along at 10 knots and hitting the choppy water at that speed is not too kind to the backside. I felt like I was shark bait, swaying back and forth over the water. After a few hours and no takers, they reeled me back in.
That was awesome!
Using the same harness, our producer slash cameraman Dave had a bright idea to go up the mast to get some aerial shots. While shooting, a gust of wind blew him off the mast with the record button still on, where he spun uncontrollably till the crew could lower the rope and get him back on deck. Afterwards, he admitted it wasn't such a good idea. We're moving along at quite a pace. When you're going this fast, the boat really leans on its side. Captain says lean to the left. If we keep this speed up, we'll be in Saipan in no time. We've just arrived at the Saipan Marina. A friend of mine from Hertz has just sent us over a great car. We're going to spend a couple of days cruising around the island. We quickly headed up to the highest point. From here, you've got a 360 of the entire island. That's the village of Garapan, where the main attractions are. There's Managaha Island. Now that we've got our bearings, it's time to head towards our hotel. The Palms Resort on Pau Pau Beach will be our base for the next few days. The striking architecture is impressive. The executive suite was roomy and comfortable. The view from the balcony, amazing. After sunset, it was time for some teppanyaki. An array of fresh vegetables, meat and seafood are cooked the way you like it. Several sauces are prepared to give the food a variety of tastes. Before turning in, we got a look at the stars under the clear tropical sky through some automated high-powered telescopes they had set up. I've never seen such detail of the moon. They even let us take some pictures home.